Welcome back to another video. What can you do with 3 lights? 1, 2, 3. Let's find out. Okay, so if you've been following my last 2 videos, it's been what can you do with a single light? What can you do with 2 lights? This one is what can you do with 3 lights? This is normally the typical setup that you would see interview style, what you would see in movies, what you'd see anything that the camera is focused on the character and it's a part where they're talking. It's a dialogue part, and maybe it's expressing happy, sadness, joy, excitement, mad, angry, like whatever it is. It's set up in a way to direct attention to the person, the feelings, the emotions, and the eyes, or maybe whatever the message is trying to convey using that person. This is normally the typical setup that you would see. What are each of them doing? Again, this one, hair light. It's cutting me out, separating me from the back, so I don't blend in, the edges of me just blend into the back, right? This one, being the key light. This one is the main source. It's the main push. It's gonna have the most effect on me. There it is, boom. Fill light, what is fill light? It's this one right here. It just puts a little bit more light onto the area that's too dark. We don't have to have it. We could cover it up if you're going for that dramatic look where you don't want to see any of this and it's all shadowed out. This is normally, so you can see a little bit. It still creates a dynamic where it's cut down the middle. We got bright on this side, excuse me, looking at my image backwards. Bright on this side, dark on this other side, or dark on the other side. But yes, still being able to have everything in detail. My eyes are in focus and convey the situation. There's a channel I'll actually link in this video and then put down below as well when I post the video. There's this guy I've been following. I cannot remember his name, so sorry about that. But he goes on this very simple yet very effective way of explaining 3-point lighting in an interview situation. He literally gets hired to set up for interviews, and he has a lot of great points and tips and stuff on how to achieve that look. He's using even more lights than just the 3, but 3 is like ideal for what you need, and it doesn't cost a whole lot. So 20 to 30, so I get 20, 40, 60, or 36 to 90, under $100 for 3 lights. That all charge with either USB-C or micro USB, and you can get this effective look. 3-point lighting, hair, key, fill. And you could get rid of some of these. We got rid of this. It's not very pleasing. It's a little bit gloomy, kind of, it doesn't look very good. We get rid of this, still works. Maybe that's it. So what can you do to make this maybe a little bit different? You don't have to have it directly behind, cutting it out perfectly like I am now. You could have it on the dominant side. So where our key light is, right there, you could have it so it hits the shoulder. Let's see what that looks like. I set it over here. Just hit the shoulder. What does that look like? Maybe that's something you're going for. Some people use this look and they would use the flare that would maybe cast, or a halo effect. Now, I could put an artificial flare on that, have it kind of like flare across the screen on my face. Maybe you're going for that. What if we put it on the fill light side? Let's find out. Here we go. Now we're on the fill light side. It actually works pretty decently. Why does it work decently? Well, we got a key light here, right? Which is very powerful by itself, right? It's the dominant one. But also with our fill light, brightening this up a little bit, this is also cutting us out, almost matching the same intensity as it is over here from a key light. This actually works really well, right? This is a really good look. I don't mind this at all. I'm very hard pressed between this look and the other look. I just set up the other look because that is the normally ideal situation. Normally the light would be up a little bit higher, casting down on me and then cutting me out that way. But again, these are smaller lights. I'm showing what you can do with them. Why is it a great look? Well, okay, so we got our key light here. Boom, it's casting. And then it's split in half by our fill light, which casts a little bit of shadow, and then it brightens it back up a little bit here. Still creating a very dynamic look on the face, bringing attention to where we want it still, right? You're not losing attention, and yet it's still cutting me out from the back. This is a very good look. Plus, if the people like it where the light's showing like that, and you want the flare, the halo effect, feel free, which I'll actually probably do when I'm editing this video, so you guys can see what that looks like with the halo. Let's move it back to where we had it before. Now, I gotta tell you, I was looking at this screen, it's like, ooh, I really like that other look. But seeing as how this is where we started, this is what I would normally do, although I would have other lights on and lamps and maybe certain lights casting in the back. But for this, what we need it for, the hair light, the key light, the fill light, this is normally the ideal in normal situation you would see them set up. Let's actually show what it looks like without a hair light. It might actually make me fade into the background, which we don't want that because you lose detail, you're losing focus. You're not focusing on the right thing you want the audience to if you're trying to portray a certain message. So let's remove the hair light and see what happens. Did you guys notice it? Yeah, it kind of looks like someone has a flashlight on my face, right? Or I'm going through a hallway, some sort of maybe horror type thing or whatever the case may be. It works, you can see it, they do their jobs, right? But it's not, I'm kind of into the black. Now you guys can clearly see where my body is. You can clearly see where my edges are. I would personally have more. I have a big LED panel that's got a couple hundred little LEDs on it that I can tilt down and I can put way up on a stand, and that's what I would normally be using. But what I am showing and making a point of is that you can get cinematic lighting, the correct lighting, the proper lighting, all into what you want it in your own little make, your film, your documentary, or whatever it is, without spending a whole bunch of money. Again, 3-point lighting. We got a hair light, we got a key light, and we got a fill light. It's all up to you. You can do what you want. Put them where you want, configure them in any way you want to convey the message you want. This is a creator's mindset. You do not have to maintain a certain rhetoric to get this exact look, unless that's what you're going for. If you are, awesome. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next week. And actually next week what I do is I actually have a little film that I shot when it was a big snowstorm here, right in Wilton, Maine. Nothing special, just capturing the snow moments, a little bit of movement as I was outside, plow trucks going through. It was just beautiful footage and showing that it was nice outside. But what can you do with that type of footage? How can you capture it in a cinematic way that's pleasing and choosing the right music to make it what it is? So next week, I'm gonna show the film and then I'll talk a little bit about after. Anyways, have a good week, guys.